YouTube faithful, what is going on? It is Flex Friday, baby. We made it to the end of the week. Let's get the bag. If you got 20, 30, 40, hundo, whatever it is, you get it back. Take chances, take risks. It's a beautiful morning. Like Jameson Winston yesterday, how can you not wake up today and think it's a good morning and be blessed? And speaking of yesterday, how about that Browns upset, baby? Bang! I told the cord and I told the YouTube faithful before that video that didn't get produced, unfortunately. The Steelers hadn't played anybody. They're total frauds. I don't care. The Browns were in the prime spot to upset, and that they did, and I am here for it. I called my shot. Bang! Home run! Now, as far as Najee Harris goes, he sold the bag, but Jaylen Warren, cash it! Cash it! Cash Jaylen Warren, baby! Told you to pick between the most popular play in America, Najee Harris, or the guy that's in the same spot. Jaylen Warren had an easier path, and he's green. But that game, the second half, it was a whiteout game. Not much you could do about it. It is what it is, but I'll tell you this right here, right now. NBA was almost perfect. Called my shot on that too. I said it was going to be biblical. I said get ready. I said buckle up. And I'm a man of my word and cash it all, baby. So, before I do this victory lap, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I cover NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, you name it. Captain Crush is covering it, and I'm doing it well. If you're an old, new, crafty veteran of the channel, smash the like button. It helps me for the algorithm. You guys, do I really need to sit here and tell you guys about the YouTube algorithm? All you degens watch other people's YouTubes. Captain Crush knows. He sees what you guys are watching. I got all the analytics. Captain Crush sees it all. So go ahead and smash that like button and boost old Crush's video to the top of the pile, because when push comes to shove, there's only one Crush, and we both know it, comment guy. Okay, let's keep it a buck. So, how'd we do yesterday? Welp, I posted 2 slips. I posted a 2-man, the play of the day, Dalton Connect 4. Undervalued, yesterday's thumbnail. Nobody was talking about him. Cash him. And then Jaden Ivey, 4 assists. I said he was undervalued. Everyone was on Cade Cunningham, myself included, but I wanted the same game, easier path. Cash Jaden Ivey for the 2-man wagon. And then my 4-man, I posted the link. Got to go to the winning slip section to find it. I know I posted. A lot of people had green yesterday. All you had to do was tail Crush yesterday. I called my shot. Here it is. Right here. This is what it was. Someone else. This isn't mine, but someone tailed. This is my slip. Jaden, Cade, RJ Barrett, and Franz Wagner. You didn't think I was going back to Wagner after he sold? Oh, yeah, he was. And he went yard. 37 for Franz. RJ Barrett, cinema. As soon as Scooty Burns was announced into the mix, I was all over Barrett's points plus assists. Cade and Ivy. And not only that, we had that Charlotte Hornet game cooked in the live stream as well. Cade Cunningham's RA on parlay play. Once they sat Miles Bridges, who I told you guys about, I went and pivoted to Brandon Miller's points rebounds. It soared. And Grant Williams, 11.5 points. He soared too. Look at all these green beans. -1, cool. He cashed on his birthday. He got himself a crispy 25x. He mixed and matched the plays. Ivy, Cunningham, Barrett, Judy, Wagner. He added in Wilson. Cash it. And here's my boy, the play of the day yesterday. No one would make one of my crazy Dalton Connect play of the day. Oh yeah, cash it. I don't care. Cash it. Dalton who? Dalton Connect 4 cash. And then here's my wall right here. Here's the 2-man from the live stream. The 4-man that I put out for y'all with the link. I hooked you guys up with a link. Another 2-piece that was posted. A 4-piece, but Miles Bridges sat. Cash that. I told you guys on the tube. Anthony Edwards, 29-point Goblin was the best play on PrizePicks. They took it off. What'd I tell you to do, chat? Pivot to his 3.5 pointers made. And cash that too right here. He got 5. And Bridges was the MP, so cash this. You see how I do it? Anchors and darts. And then the crispy, crafty 5-man 10X made it on live stream. I didn't reinvent the wheel, y'all. I just took Jaden, Grant, and Cade, and Jaden McDaniels. The moment they ruled out Conley, I said Jaden's fantasy skill. RJ Barrett's PA was bumped. Give me his PRA. I don't care. The only regret I have is that I didn't put the play of the day Dalton Connect in here. But that's because PrizePicks bumped him to 13. And even then he soared over that. I should have had even more coin. But I ain't going to complain, y'all. because the bounce back is complete. The bounce back was there. If you tailed, you cashed. Everybody got shelled on Wednesday. Every capper I know. So, the question on everybody's mind, Cap, can you go back to back? Can you do it again? I will do my hardest, man. I will try my hardest, just like I do each and every day, sitting in this chair trying to cook for the YouTube faithful, for the court faithful, for all the faithful Crush believers. I will do my best. I will make the reads that I make, and then after that, it's in God's hands. Now, I talked about parlay play yesterday, and I'm talking about him again today. Regardless of the fact that I'm partnered with him, sometimes this is just the move when it comes to promos or better lines. Jaylen Brown is slashed today, 1.38, but even this at 22.5, it's a point lower than PrizePicks. You take a little bit of a pay cut, but not enough to be significant. This 3.5 pointers made for Curry is absolutely crispy, okay? That's actually really good. And look at these. You can make these up to 250 smackers on these boosted payouts. This little guy right here would get you 2.47x. Zach LaVine, more 24.5 points assists. We're going to talk about him. I actually love this play. He's 26.5 on a normal book. Again, you're taking a little bit of a pay cut. You compare it with the Curry boost, the Jaylen Brown boost. All the boosts, baby. Whatever you want to do. Captain Crush says it's Flex Friday. Funky Friday, if you will. Do whatever you're going to do, but just have fun with it, man. So, parlay play. How do you get in the mix? Code CRUSH. They match your deposit. They throw in a free square, and I throw in 30 days of the best Discord in the industry. Captain Crush's crew. You get it all. And you're going to get better lines, Papa. Look at these lines. You get to do it all. You can't just be tribalistic to one site because they have a good interface. The moment parlay play adds PayPal, it's going to be raining green beans from the heavens on Captain Crush because that's how I like to roll. So, it is Flex Friday, though, and a lot of you guys got a free lineup maker. So let's go on over to PrizePicks and see what we can cook up. What say you, comment guy? Are you cool with that? Are you in the mix with that? And we're going right over here to Zach LaVine. Just like I said. Now, you got options with Zach LaVine. This is the barn burner game on the slate, my brothers and sisters in Christ. It is the absolute barn burner. You can take his 2.5 3-pointers made and gamble with that. You could go with his fantasy score over here. You could go with his points assist at 26.5. And hell, you could even take his 22.5 points if that tickles your fancy. You got 4 options. My favorite, it's the points assist, as I just mentioned, but I get a better line, albeit I'm taking a pay cut over on parlay play. And then next would probably be, drum roll please, his fantasy score. Absolutely his fantasy score. Just in case he gets those blocks and steals. In addition to that, it's 1.5 every time he does get an assist. But real quick, let's talk about the Kobe wagon white that never was. Kobe let everybody in America down the other day, myself included. He was my favorite play. He sold the bag, but look at the head-to-heads on his fantasy score. 33.5 fantasy score. They played on November 9th. He put up 37. Last season, I don't care, but he did drop 67 in April. It's a great game today. This is the game that could feed your family for a week. 246.5 point total with a 1.5 point spread. Are you kidding me? The keys to the kingdom lie in Chicago tonight. The second city saint, Chicago. We got to figure this thing out. And by God in heaven, I am going to do everything in my power to figure it out. You better believe that I'm going to have game stacks. I'm talking Kobe, Zachariah, Vusi Vu with a mixture and a splash of Trey Ice Cold Young, a little bit of Jalen Johnson, and maybe Dyson Vacuum Daniels. I may have the 6-man nuke right there and just ride all overs. Why? Because it's 246 with a 1.5 point spread, and I don't care. But let's go back to Kobe White. Check this prop out for Kobe White. Over 2.5 turnovers. You know it's a pace-up spot. You know the ball's going to be going back and forth, down the court, up and down the court, which means balls are going to be turning over. Oh yeah, think about that. Balls are turning over. Pause. No pause required. They're second in turnovers forced, but they're 27th in turnovers forced to point guards. But I still think it's an all right play. Kobe White, 2.5 turnovers. But more importantly than that, his fantasy skill and his real points at 20.5. Look, versus point guard, 19th. But you want to know why I'm mainly on Zach LaVine? It's an extra little 20th, but overall, they're 28th in points allowed. But even regardless of the micro matchups, it is literally the best game on the slate for fantasy goodness. Okay, you saw the spread, you saw the point total. It's both of these teams. They're not interested in defense, so we got to attack it. If it sells, it sells. Just throw your hands up. Oh well emoji. But in addition to that, they're playing for the cup. Everybody's trying to get that cup. So hopefully they play harder. Full disclosure on my boy Kobe. He is playing hurt, which leads me to Zach LaVine as a priority. But don't sleep on Kobe White, because like I said, y'all, it could be any one of the three. Now, I'm not telling you to take Kobe White. That's your own personal prerogative. I'm telling you to go ahead and throw your lot in with Zach LaVine, because he's just been on a tear lately. I got him projected to go over his points. It's a great matchup for him. Okay, last time he played, he got 7 assists, but I don't think he got that many points. He had 18 points, but he only shot 12 times. He shot 7 for 12, so he had a good game. And then as far as his fantasy skill, 30.9. He probably didn't have a lot of blocks and steals. It is what it is. He had 3 turnovers, so that's -3. That's poverty. Did he have any blocks and steals? Let's take a look. What say you? Yeah, he had 1. So, he canceled each other out. But I primarily like his points assist in this matchup tonight. As you can see, he's only gone over this 8 of 20 in the last 20, but in the last 10, it's 50-50, 33-30, 16-17. Houston and Cleveland, tough, slow-paced matchups. Knicks was good. He bounced over here in Cleveland. And then the last time he played Atlanta, he had 18-7. But listen, he's just been heating up, and I'm hoping to, look at this, 30, then 33. I'm hoping to ride this train until I'm forced off, y'all. And now we're looking for the trifecta, and let's see what we can find it. LaVine. Look, his fantasy skill, 53.45%. You know it's crispy, and his points assist is even decent. We're not in any jeopardy of it getting bumped down. You always want to check the market data and make sure you're not in jeopardy of getting bumped down, because if you are, you want to wait, sit, bide your time, and go take it later. Look at his 2.5 3-pointers made is also juiced. So Zach LaVine's fantasy skill is as crispy as it gets. All of these, I told you, I had them ranked up. 2.5 3-pointers, 35 fantasy score, and 26.5 points assist. I'll have exposure to all 3 of it. Now, the 3-pointers made, regardless of who it is, unless it's Ant Edwards, it's always a sweat, but it is good. You saw the value. I have him projected for 2.83. So not quite 3, but we round it to 3. It is what it is. 37 fantasy points and 26.5 points assist. I think he's projected for 28. Speaking of fantasy skill, I have my fantasy point per minute tool, where I have their usage rates, their fantasy point per minute, and their average minutes. And this helps me conduct fantasy scores. So as you can see here, Zach LaVine, 13 games, averaging 34 minutes. His usage rate is 25%. A usage rate is how many times the ball's in his hands. He's averaging 37 fantasy points per game, which is kind of crispy. And he's averaging 1.1 fantasy point per minute. Over the last 3 games, he's had 42, 45, and 29 fantasy points, but 1.11 is the magic number, 34 minutes, okay? High point total, close game, 1.5 spread. Let's say he plays 35 minutes tonight. Let's go to the calculator, shall we? Follow me, comment guy, if you would. 1.11, multiply it, watch this, 35, bang, 38 fantasy skill. Plus, we know we're getting juiced over odds. You know the model's projecting him for 37-38 because I have it triggered to do the fantasy point per minute by my minutes projection, and then it spits out. So if you do hand in hand, if Zach LaVine plays like he should and could, he's going green. It's that simple. Now, I'd probably take his points assist over on ParlayPlay at the 24.5 because it's crispy over there. And if you're new to this channel and you don't like the way I talk, I don't know what to tell you, buddy, because I like to say words like crispy. I like to say Gabi. I like to say yo Donnie. I like to do it all. So just buckle up, enjoy the ride, man. You're getting free content here from one of the best in the industry. I'm telling you right now. So these 3 right here. Let's move on from Zach LaVine. Now, most of you D-Gens are being like, well, Cap, we need a run back. Isn't that what you preach? You're absolutely right. We need a 1v1 skinny stack. We could go with Jaylen Johnson, but they already bumped my favorite play for him, which was his points plus assists. Let's go see if they got it on ParlayPlay. Well, they got him at 22.5, which is what I got him on PrizePicks for, but you are, again, taking a pay cut here over on ParlayPlay. If you did all 3 of these alternate lines here with that Curry boost, you would only be getting 5.6x. You're going to have to make that decision if it's worth it to you, but I will say this. Jaylen Johnson at 22.5 points assist is absolutely crispy. That's what I got it on PrizePicks. They moved it up. Trey Young, 11.5 assists. He's 12 on PrizePicks. He's 12 on PrizePicks right now. I took more. I love it at 11.5, and I don't care. It's my 1v1 skinny stack, unless you want to go with Jaylen Johnson, and you're going to take a pay cut to get that now. But Trey Young's assist allowed versus point guard. Check it, fam. They're ranked 30th. They're dead last, basically. There's a couple teams worse, but check it. Head to head, he just dropped 16. Last season, he destroyed them. I don't care about that. I care about this. 16, and then in his last 10, it just depends on what Trey we're getting tonight. But check it. The potential assists are there. 24, 33, 14, 17, 23, 30, 21, 8, 18, 26. If Trey can get going, if he can stay out of foul trouble, if he cannot be poverty, he's getting 13 assists, 12 assists, okay? Whichever. I think in most scenarios, he lands on 12. My model has him projected for 13. I don't think I've ever seen that. But because it's 246.5 point total, 1.5 point spread, it's saying, hey, somebody's going to be scoring points, which means someone has to facilitate the offense, which means someone is dishing dimes, and it better be Trey Ice Cold Young or Captain Crush is throwing hands. You understand what I'm saying? And when I throw hands, people tend to get hurt. It's all going to come down to his minutes. 30 minutes ain't going to cut it. 35 ain't going to cut it. I need this right here like air. 37 minutes. 37, 41. That's what I need, and that is what I expect. 37, 37, 38 minutes. Give it to me, Trey Young. I'm begging you. And no, we won't pause there either, even though that does sound ridiculous. But Trey, you just made the list. 12 assists. Again, it's better on parlay play at 11.5. But if you want to get froggy, you could take the Gabby at 9.5. I wouldn't begrudge you a bit. Okay? And if you think it's going to be a Trey Young night where he decides to shoot the ball, you could go with his points assist right here at 34. Okay, absolutely. Again, my primary guy would be Jalen Johnson's points plus assist. But I'm showing you right now on PrizePicks, they bumped him up to ungodly levels. Where is he at? Where are you at, buddy? 23.5. Over here on the parlay Plizzle, they got him at 22.5. Easy peasy. You got to decide. You want to take a pay cut or do you want to ride the bump? That's up to you. I locked him in early. Fortunately for me, I think his RA is also in the mix. I think I got that at 14. They bumped it to 14.5. Man, PrizePicks is moving these lines because it's Flex Friday. They ain't giving anything away. So that would be my 1v1 skinny stack. But don't be mistaken. Dyson Daniels, Vucevic, all those guys are in the mix. That game environment could feed. It could totally be a bust, but hopefully it feeds families. Now, the next person I want to talk about is a man that needs no introduction, and that is Jaylen Brown from your world champions Boston Celtics fantasy score. 38.5 fantasy score for Jaylen Brown. Over 23.5 points. Over 10 RA. It's all crispy. It's all good. It's all valued. It's all checks out in the model. I love it all. You want to know the fly in the ointment? Oh yeah, if you're new to this channel, get used to biblical references because I reference them a lot. I'll show you this right here, buddy. 16.5 point favorites. My goodness. If Washington can somehow not be 2-11 and be a normal team at home, if they can somehow play with any type of dog, any type of heart, then make this game close, Jaylen Brown could feed families tonight. Heck, all of those guys could feed families, even on the other side as well. If this spread wasn't here, Jaylen Brown would be the de facto play of the day like nobody's business. Look at this man. He's 40 on DK if you take all that, so you know he's not getting bumped down. If anything, he's getting bumped up. Minus 134 on the Pinnacle to go over. He's 24 on DraftKings. They're not playing any games. On Parlay Play, you can get him at 22.5 points or 19.5 points boosted. Do they have his fantasies go on Parlay Play? Do they have his fantasies go? Yes, they do. 38.5 fantasy score for Jaylen Brown. It's on Parlay Play too. It's absolutely crispy. So you can take it on Parlay Play. You could take it on PrizePicks. I think it's hitting. But the only thing that worries me, y'all, is the blowout. Now, I don't try to predict blowouts because that's a fool's errand. However, a 16.5 point spread does have me worried. But look at this range of outcomes. In his last 10, he's hit it 80% of the time. His last 20, which concludes last season, 75% of the time. His last 5, he's 60% of the time. He had a bad game in Cleveland by his standards, so technically he's due a bounce back. He shot 7 for 17, 41%, which is absolutely abysmal for a man of this stature. But look at these minutes. Minutes equals money. 37, 43, 36, 35, 37. Even in a blowout, y'all. Even in a blowout, he should play 35. Now, anything's possible. Remember, they played Atlanta on November 12th and lost. So anything is possible. Even in this blowout when they smashed Brooklyn, he still played 36 minutes. Let's go over here to my fantasy point tool. Fantasy point per minute. I have this posted in the Discord right now. Jaylen Brown, 11 games played, average minutes, 36. Imagine that. 30% usage rate. That's huge. He's literally got the ball in his hands all the freaking time. 42 fantasy point average, 1.17 fantasy point per minute. He's in a bounce back spot. All the stars are aligning. The only thing that would prevent this is if he only plays like 30 minutes. But 36 times 1.11 equals 39. But guess what? I did the math wrong. It's actually 1.17. 1.17 times 36 equals 42. Let's just say he plays 30 minutes. 1.17 times 30. This is his floor. Bang, 35. So even if he only plays 30 minutes, on average, his floor is going to be 35 fantasy. Go. So I'm taking it, y'all. You want to fade it? Fade it. You want to ride it? Ride it. That's up to you. I will leave it in your hands. Your matchup couldn't be more crispy. I mean, they're ranked 30th in points allowed overall to shooting guards 27th. Head-to-heads, he cooks them. 27. Last season, 18. Season 36 here. I mean, you ain't going to get any better than the Washington Wizards besides the Atlanta Hawks and the Bulls, to be honest. And we already covered that over here. I told you after yesterday's video I was bringing the heat after that poverty video because I had to re-record the no sound. I told you I was going to bring it. I love all these ones. Now let's filter it to DG and go see if there's any value up here. And here we go. Halliburton, 17 points. He's minus 150 to go over 17.5 on Pinnacle. That's going to get bumped. If you're feeling froggy on Halliburton, then my brother in Christ, you better go get it now before this thing bumps. Oh, Cap, I don't like Halliburton's points. I don't either. But value is value. Maybe you go mess around and take his assist. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that side, but I got to talk to you about someone else over here who's becoming a wagon, por favor. Vucevic, over 4.5 first quarter points. Oh, yeah. I locked that in a slip for show. Kyrie Irving, no Luka Doncic today. Over 2.5 three-pointers made for the Kyrie. Oh, yeah. It's in play. I just told you about Halliburton's assist over 9. It's in play. I love that matchup. Joel Embiid, if he plays tonight, 28 points, it's hitting. And if you can find it at 27.5 on any of these pick'em operators, you lock it in and you throw away the key. Jabari Smith, 10.5 points. I can get behind that. Zubac, Daddy Zoo, 1.5 assists. That just might be hitting too, Chief. You see the values there. If you're in the court, compare it to the projections, and if they line up, pop them in a lineup. Why not? It's Flex Friday, baby. 1.5 assists for Zubac. The man's been cooking. Head-to-heads, 5-3. 2, last 10, 3, 4, 2. What's his potential assist? If it's good, I'm hammering. 4, 3, 3, 1. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Give me Daddy Zubac. Daddy needs new shoes. Zubac, give it to me. 1.5 assists. I guarantee you that's getting bumped to the moon. I'll take a shot on Zubac. 1.5 assists. I got a soft spot for Zubacs. The man lives to make me coin. Why not? Put him in a mix. What else we got here? Dennis Schroeder, the Frenchman. I think he might be crispy. This is a crispy gobby. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. It's a crispy gobby. I know you don't like the gobbies, but 19.5 PRA for Dennis Schroeder is just a crispy gobby. Okay, his points assist is crispy too. I don't know what else to say. It's a crispy gobby at PRA. It is what it is. It's crispy. And there's other ones that I like from that team, but we need to wait and see what all the news is. And I'll tell you right now, if Joel Embiid sits, Jared McCain, whatever his points are, it's in the mix. And same thing with Shaedon Sharp. If they put him on the board, they're gatekeeping him right now. But if the injury news breaks our way, he's going in the mix. What else we got, as Watts would say? What else we got? Pre-Chalk and Watts. DeMar DeRozan returns to the ring, and I think this fantasy score, if he doesn't have a minutes restriction, is too friggin' low. You hear me? If no minutes restriction, it's too low. Let's go back to the tool of tools. Feeling like Triple H around here, the king of kings. DeMar DeRozan. It's this simple. 36 minutes average, 23% usage rate, 38 fantasy point per average, 1.05 fantasy points per minute. So you take 36 times 1.05. I'm doing the Lord's work here in real time. 1.04. multiply it times 35, bazinga, you get 36. If he's not on a minutes restriction, you got to consider him, period. If he's on a minutes restriction, well then chalk it all. And regardless of him, if you like that matchup and you're looking for something, I think Kevin Huerter at 22 fantasy score needs to be considered because he's a freaking wagon. Same thing with Keegan Murray. I love him. And looky, Kevin Huerter over 22 fantasy score, 53%. His points assists 12.5, 52%. His fantasy score is his best option. Let's go look at him on the tool and then we'll get ready to wrap things up. We will be doing this all. I do this every day, Monday through Sunday on the live streams in the Discord. We make community slips. I give you my slips, live stream callouts. We do it all. 0.81 fantasy point per minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's poverty. 28-minute average. That's poverty too, but let's take it to the calculator. Maybe we surprise ourselves. What say you, comment guy? What do you think it's going to be? 0.81 times 28. Let's go take a look, skis. 0.81 times 28 equals 22.68, and we got that push equity, baby. Well, it doesn't really matter because you can't really push on fantasy scores, but you know what I mean. He's going over on average. If he gets a little bit more, a little bit less, we're in the mix. We'll have to wait and see about that. So remember, DeMar, Kevin, Keegan, it's dealer's choice. It's King's roulette, just like with the Bulls. It's Bulls roulette. You got to choose, man. And Amir Kofi has been cooking. I want to nickname him Starbies because that Kofi makes me think of coffee. But unfortunately, the books are saying, They don't like him tonight, so I faded him. You can see his unders actually popping. Minus 130 on Pinnacle, my goodness. I will not be taking unders on anyone tonight because it is the cup thing, and maybe these guys play hard. It's just not a sweat that I want to do. But the only... let's go. Terry Eason, chat, Discord, I told you when they popped him up, you ride it, and we are riding Terry Eason's PRA. Long hair, don't care. Give it to me. They're gatekeeping his fantasy score like they always do. But Terry Eason is him right now. And he's playing Portland, and he's going to be unabated. If you can find this man's fantasy score, you must. I'm telling you, dude. You got to take this man's fantasy score because Terry Eason blocks steals, gets rebounds, gets points. He sold the other day when we took his points at versus Milwaukee. He hooked us, but I love his PRA at 18. I think it's crispy. I want the man's fantasy score. He had 50 fantasy score the other day, and they gate kept it. Limit it to 1 to 2 max. The priority would be his fantasy score, but for sure you got to get some exposure to Mr. Terry, especially when you're seeing this right here. This is crispy, man. I don't care. Call me an office crazy. Terry Eason's my guy. And Fred VanVleet, that man is due a bounce back. And if there was going to be any under tonight, absolutely. Brandon Ingram, the poverty Pelicans. He's 24 on PrizePicks. He's 22.5 on Pinnacle. What are we doing? And just like that, it's bumped up. They got the spy in my room. They got a camera on me live 24/7. I thought it was my wife, but no, it's PrizePicks. They know exactly what I'm doing. They know how to think like Captain Crush. It's scary. Can we even get him on here? Everybody's gatekeeping this man because they know. You want to know why they're gatekeeping him? Because they know he's about to smash. And I knew he was about to smash. I posted it in the cord hours ago when they put him up. Hammer it. But now I missed it because I'm doing the Lord's work on YouTube. All these videos are live, no script, Papa. Not even close. And let's take a look at my good friend Brandon Ingram. Because if he's going to be 22.5 on Pinnacle and he's 24 on PrizePicks, I will smash that under like nobody's business. Well, he's at 23, so that's that. But I would be taking less on this too. 35 less versus a good defensive team. Yeah, the hobo incarnate. I'll take under on that all day, twice on Sundays. Why not? Cup game be darned. It's the hobo incarnate. And there's one more thing, my goodness, since it's Flex Friday and yesterday's video was poverty, I'm treating you guys to a barn burner. Brook Lopez. Can he do it again? We just took him the other night. Now he's in a same situation. I'm pretty sure with everything in my body, he's going to be juiced under because that's just the type of man he is. He's the Nut Lopez. That's a poker reference. I do a lot of those too. 13.5. Yup, juiced under, minus 127. But look at his points, rebounds, assists. 19.5 to go over. He also has rebound equity, assist equity. He's been a wagon. Look at this man. 29, 38, 9 versus Charlotte. I don't know what happened there. That needs to be studied. 37, 23, and they just refuse to move this man's lines. So guess what? Versus Indiana, they play fast. I know they're a decent team, but I'm going to continue to ride this train. Why wouldn't I? He's the Nut Lopez. The Nut Low in poker is the best low hand you could have if you're playing a high-low variant, just so you guys know. And let's check out Parlay Play and see what they have it priced at. I'm sorry it's a 30-minute video, but yesterday's video was like 10 minutes. Deal with it. There it is, 19.5, or you could get it at 17.5 and take a little bit of a pay cut. It's up to you. Comment guy. And that's pretty much the video. I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm going to save it for the live stream today. How do you get in the live stream? You go to CaptainCrush.net, you scroll your grubby paw down to the gold package, $24.99. Got a lot of people that have come back because they want to get in the mix. Now, I have a silver package, which is just plays delivered to your phone. That's cheaper. It's half the price, but it won't get you in the Discord. This, the gold package, gets you into the Discord, okay? 1 month, $24.99. It's a discount for 6 months. Obviously, it'll take you all the way up to MLB. I cover NFL and NBA. You get in the live streams, which are worth their weight in gold. Ask anyone in the comment section if you're not sure. Ask them. Let them tell them, hey, is Captain Crush's live stream worth it? See what they say. You'll get that fantasy point per minute tool that I use for these videos, which is right here. You'll get my actual NBA projection sheets that look just like this. Player name, points, assists, rebounds, everything right there for you. You get it for NFL as well. In addition to that, you get my lineups like this, with the links, everything else. And the most important part, you get access to one of the best communities there is that are doing this, and I will take that up against anybody's. I will not back down on that. My community is pretty goated. I promise you that. Do we have a bunch of knuckleheads? Sure. What group of guys doesn't have that? Do we got a bunch of sharps? Absolutely. Do we got a bunch of poverty? Absolutely. Timmy comes to mind, but we love him anyways. Yodi, Embiid, the Cord mascots. But come check it out. If you like it, stick around. If you don't, take a hike. No hard feelings. It's 2 cups of coffee when you break it down in a Starbucks sandwich. How do I know? Because I order that every day. So, my brothers and sisters in Christ, I hope you had a good one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Above all, have a good time. Be blessed so you can be a blessing. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contest. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush on Flex Friday one time.